Hello students, welcome back to the online classes of physics. So today's topic is net force. Okay, already we have learned about net force. Still I'll try to explain more about it. Uh, See, many forces can act simultaneously on a body, right? Not only one force will act on a body simultaneously, so many forces will act on a body. For example, there exist two forces on an object placed on a horizontal floor. Okay, suppose you are keeping one uh, ball. Okay, suppose you are keeping one ball, or suppose I'm keeping a pen. Okay, if I'm keeping a pen, there exists some force by the pen. It is having some force down to the table, or it may have some forces exerted by even the table on the pen to hold it, right? So in reality there exist two forces, that is, one is gravitational force, which is vertically down, and another is normal force, which is vertically up. Okay, uh, do you observe any change in the state of rest of that object because of these forces? Do you observe any change if I'm keeping a pen here, or I'm keeping any object on the table? Do you observe any change in the pen, or the movement of pen? Does it occurs? Does it takes place? Is there any change because of these forces are coming, like any gravitational force, or any kind of force is coming, friction force, all this is coming. So do you find any kind of disturbance in the movement of the pen here? Obviously no, right? In this case, two forces are acting on the object are equal. So they are equal and opposite in direction. So one force is moving up in direction, one is coming down in direction. Okay, so with this we can tell that net forces, they are two forces, there occur two forces, but both are equal. And one is in this direction, one is in up direction, one is in down direction. So that means they are in opposite direction and they are equal. So that is, here occurring forces, net force is 0. So whatever net force is there, it is coming 0. Okay, so that's why there is no change in the movement of the pen. So there is no change in the pen movement. So however the pen is lying down on the table, it will lie like that only. There is no difference in the movement of the pen. Okay, for example, we will take one table. Okay, we will take one table. For example, you assume this as a table. Okay, because I can't keep a table here. Okay, so we will assume this as a table, and one of your friend will start pushing it from here. So it is very easy to move the table, right? It is very easy to move the table, and another friend is again pushing from here, so it is very easy to move like this. Okay, and if I'll say one of the friend, two of your friends to come and join and push the table, so easily it will be more easy to push the table. Okay, because two of your friends have joined here. Okay, and if you're pushing from here also, two of you are pushing, that's why it will be more easy to push the table. But if I ask one of you to stand here and one of you to stand here and push the table, okay, and push the table, will it be easy? Yes. Will you be able to push the table? No. The table will be there itself, because some force is exerted by you and some force is exerted by your friend. So these two forces, both of your forces, are not allowing the table to move. So here the net force will be again 0. I hope you have understood here. Okay, when you and your friend push the table from both the opposite sides, the table does not move it. Both of you apply the force with equal magnitude. Okay, suppose if we assume that one of you exerts a larger force, what will happen? Suppose one of your friend is pushing more than you. Okay, he is pushing with more than your force. Then definitely the table will start moving and you will move back. Okay, all the forces have both magnitude and direction. whatever it is having, it will have some magnitude and also it will have some direction. Okay, while adding forces, the direction of forces have to be taken into account. Even we have to see both magnitude and of course we have to see the direction also, in which direction it is moving. Okay, if you want to move in this direction, definitely you will come here and you will start pushing this side, right? If you want to move in this direction, you will come this side and you will start pushing, right? So both way we have to see even the direction and we have to see even the magnitude. Okay, when the forces act on a body along a straight line, they are in the same direction. The net force is taken as same, okay, of both the forces acting on a body. To add the forces, we will need some sign conventions. Okay, for example, what we will be showing these sign conventions in arrow marks. Okay, if you are moving from right, if you are moving to right, it will be taken as positive, and if you are moving to left, then it will taken as negative. For example, I'll mark one of you as F1 and I'll mark another friend of yours as F2. So if your one friend is moving if you are moving the table this side, then this is you, and if your friend is moving in this direction, then it is your F2. Okay, so to know the net force, what we will do, we will add it. What we will do, net force is equal to F1 plus F2, but wherein you see the directions, in this direction means I said positive, so this is your positive only, whereas in this opposite direction we will take it as minus F2. So now what will be, F net force is equal to F1 minus F2. So whatever solution you will get, whatever result you will get out of this, that will be your net force. Okay, net force is equal to whatever value you are getting out of F1 minus F2 is your net force, the force which is acting, and it is, the object is always in the, it is found to be in the rest. Okay, now for example, we will take one rubber band. Okay, we will take one rubber band, and so what I'm doing, I'm taking one rubber band. Okay, stretch it using your fingers. When you stretch the rubber band, it exerts some force on your fingers and you feel the force, isn't it? And you feel the force. But what happens if you add one more rubber band around your fingers and stretch both together to the same length? So we'll add one more rubber band. Okay, we'll add one more rubber band. Now, do you feel the combination of both the bands exert a large force than that of one? Yes, the force whatever you need to stretch the this rubber band will increase. You will feel some force on your fingers. Force has been increased. So that means that there is an increase in the force. When how many number of rubber bands you will increase, the force also will increase. So I'm adding one more rubber band. So you can see that force has increased more. Okay, around your fingers, and observe the exerted force on your fingers by the rubber band. Now let us say the exerted force by the rubber band is F. Okay, F units. We will take by exerted by one rubber band is F unit, and the force exerted by the another rubber band also we will take it as F, and one more we will take it as F. Okay, so what will happen? Force exerted by one rubber we will take as F units. Okay, and F2 also we will take it as same force it is applying, that's why we will take it as another F unit. So like that. So similarly F3 also we will take it as another unit, another F. So what we will get, F net force is equal to F1 plus F1 plus F2 plus F3. So what we are getting here, F plus F plus F. That means the net force applied is 3F units, isn't it? So the SI units of force is newtons. Okay, what is the SI unit of force? It is, SI unit of force is nothing but newtons. So F is equal to, net force is equal to 3F newtons. Right? I hope you have understood till here. So next, in next class we will learn about how to calculate the net force when the body is at free body diagram. We will learn how the body is showing when it is what is the net force shown by it. Okay, till then, take care.